What's good, squad? It's the big homie SB23 back at you with some more words of wisdom. Today we're going to talk about why talk is cheap. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. SB23 on YouTube, Chosen123 on YouTube. Those are both my channels. You'll get these gems on both channels. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for stopping through, hanging out with me, spreading the knowledge, soaking it up. I'm hoping that you're having a good day, and I'm sending love out your way. So, why talk is cheap? And again, this one is very simple, a simple video. Why talk is cheap? Because anybody can say anything out of their mouth, but if their energy doesn't back what they're saying, if their actions don't align with what they're saying, then they don't have any real substance within what they're saying. There's no real fact-based energy behind the words that they're coming out of their mouth. So, excuse me, y'all. Anybody can say anything. So pay attention. Don't pay attention so much to what people say. Yes, words matter and words are important, but oftentimes people will use words to manipulate you. And you have to be careful with what you're letting yourself hear and believe, as opposed to what you're observing in real time and seeing with your eyes. I forgot how the saying goes, believe nothing that you hear and half of what you see, or something like that. It's something along those lines, but it's kind of like putting it in what I'm saying is you can't always depend on what people are saying, because people will just say anything to get their way. And this doesn't pertain to, okay, so there's a difference. There's a difference between when somebody says something and they're taking the action, but the results haven't come yet, and then opposed to somebody who says something and they're not doing anything at all about what they say they're doing. So take me, for instance. I'm a person that whatever I say out of my mouth, I try to stick to that as close to 100%, as much as I can. If we're talking about it on like if I was to fill the meter as to how much I'm going to stick to it, I try to be 100% on whatever I say that comes out of my mouth. So what am I saying? When I say stuff out of my mouth, then I follow it with action. And I try to follow it with that action to my best ability. So I try to give 100% effort on whatever it is that I'm saying when I say it out of my mouth. So, and that is because your words matter, and I understand how energy works. So if you say something out of your mouth and you don't follow it with action, then you just said empty words. So not only are you not sticking to what you said and energetically, but also you again have broken like a contract that you set with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even so much as, yes, it affects other people if what you said pertained to them, but if it was just like a personal goal, let's say like a personal goal for yourself, let's say again for me, Jim, I'm always on here pushing gym and health and fitness for everybody, because I truly believe that when you work on yourself, on your physical body, everything else falls in line as well. So your mental, your emotional, all of that will fall in line, because you're strengthening up your body. So in turn, you're strengthening up your mental toughness and your emotional toughness. So by doing that, again, when I say that I'm in the gym, or I try to go to the gym as many times in the week as I can, that is a fact. And sticking to your word, it's harder to stick to your word when you made a vow to yourself as opposed to somebody else. Because if you make it to somebody else, then if you have a good heart and you're moving with a good intent, you're not going to want to let that person down. So you're more than likely going to follow up on whatever you said, just so that you can garner that respect and that what's the word I'm looking for, that reliability that you put out there. But it's harder to keep that word to yourself, because when it's just to you, there's nobody holding you accountable but you. So for me today, when I woke up today, I honestly was debating on whether I was going to go to the gym or not, because I hit the gym 3 times already this week, and I was like, man, I'm tired, I'm feeling it. So, in your mind, you start having these thoughts of like, man, I've already been to the gym 3 times. Like, I could take a day off and, it's not going to hurt or nothing like that. And then I remember all the stuff that I say in these videos, and I tell y'all about how, you got to be resilient. You got to persevere. You got to push through. And I had to hold myself accountable and say, listen, yes, I'm tired. I'm sore. Because I've been pushing it, and I've been going hard this week, ever since I've been on this journey. But what does it look like for me to tell y'all to push through and do as much as you can when it comes to the gym, and then when I have an opportunity to go, I don't push myself to go, even if I don't feel like it. And that's what I mean. Like, talk is cheap. Yeah, it's easy for me to sit up here and tell y'all to do this stuff, but if I'm not doing it, then what validity or what type of respect can I garner from y'all if I'm not holding myself accountable? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. And by the time I got into the car and I was on my way to the gym, I was already like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling better. And then once I got into the gym and started working out, that whole thought of me being sore and all that stuff went away, and I was already in gym mode, and I actually ended up doing more of a workout than I even planned on, because I was like, oh wow, I'm here now. And I realized, like, yo, I've gotten so much stronger because I can feel it. Like, I'm going longer on the treadmill, I'm going longer on the stair climber, I'm doing more as far as more reps, I'm pushing up more weight. You know what I'm saying? My stamina and my strength has leaped exponentially because I've been consistent and going to the gym and putting in the work. So that's a testament to show you right there that mindset that I was having this morning of not wanting to go, by me pushing through and telling myself, like, nah, you don't hold yourself back, or don't you got a lot left in the tank, so just go. And like I said, by the time I went and started working out, I realized, like, man, I'm really not even, like, I thought I was gonna be feeling way more drained and stuff like that, but by the time I started working out, it was like, man, I'm actually kind of coasting through this workout. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like how it was. I remember when I first really started getting back to working out consistently. Those first few weeks or those first couple months, my body was sore because it was adapting and getting back to consistently working out like I used to when I was younger. But once I got past that initial my body adjusting to that, now it's like nothing. I go in there, and by the time I start working out and I warm my body up, we're there. It's like, so we in the zone, and we're gonna keep pushing, and we're gonna keep elevating, and we're gonna keep reaching new peaks and plateaus. And every time we hit a plateau, which is like a flat space to where you climb the mountain, and now you reach this plateau so you can kind of rest a little bit. Every time we reach that, then once we get a little bit of rest, we come back and we say, all right, let's challenge ourselves to go and climb that next mountain and get up to that next peak. So, and that's what it's about. Talk is cheap. I can get on here and say anything to y'all, and y'all wouldn't know any different, but I would know different to me. So, like, if I didn't go today, and I would know at some point within the day, like, man, I could have went to the gym. Like, I'm not really as tired as I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? We all feel that in the morning. We're like, you wake up, you're like, man, I don't want to go and do nothing. But that's when you got to push yourself and say, nah, man, we live in life, And, I walked out of the gym with a ton of energy, as you can say, like, as you can see. Like, I feel great. I feel strong. I know that I'm really fit. I was doing things in there that, like I said, I wasn't able to do a few months back. So, and I'm adding more things, and like I said, adding more weight to my routines, and I'm seeing the improvement. And I'm not only seeing it in physically, within my life, but I'm seeing it emotionally and mentally in my life, because when things pop up now, I'm not shaking. You know what I'm saying? It's not affecting me in the way that it used to back in the day, because I'm stronger overall. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Talk is cheap. Anybody can say anything, but you yourself know whether you're following along with the things that you're saying. And since I am on here giving out the advice that I think can help my people, whoever it is watching, I don't care what race you are, I don't care what gender you are, I don't care what sexual preferences you have, I don't care about any of that other stuff. I'm genuinely here to spread love, positivity, and give out advice to people who might be able to soak it up and use it to strengthen themselves within their lives, so that they can have a better quality of life, because that's what I want for myself, and that's what I want for anybody who's within my energy. So by you even watching these videos and listening to the things that I say, whether you watch a split second of it and take something from it, or you watch the whole video, I do greatly appreciate it, because you're helping me spread the knowledge, and you might soak up something that you can tell somebody within their life and help them. So at the end of the day, I'm doing my part within this world. You know, I don't want to leave this world and not leave an impact on it in some sort of way, outside of my own gratification. So again, that's the reason why I do these videos, to help the people out there who come across them and can soak up the knowledge and put some of that into their life if it resonates, and you know, therefore they reach new levels and have breakthroughs and have realizations of how strong they actually are. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. Talk is cheap. But again, you have to just be careful. Watch what people's actions are. Watch what they say, and if what they say doesn't match up with what they're doing, then that's not somebody who you want to partake in, as far as, or invest in, as far as their energy, because they're giving mixed signals. But if you see somebody and they say that they're going to do said thing, and then they are taking the steps to do said thing, regardless if whatever they said is showing results in real time as quickly as you would like to see, or as quickly as they would like to see within their life. If they say, I want to be healthy, and then they start to eat better foods, they start to cut out alcohol from their life and not drink as much, if they start to, you know, have that in moderation, if they start to, you know, if they were addicted to certain drugs and substances and they cut that out of their life, if they're getting into the gym and working out, regardless of whatever results, like I said, because everybody's results is going to come at different times. You know, somebody could start something and then have a quick response from an energy, and it'll be visibly able to see quickly. But sometimes for other people, it takes a little bit longer, because it depends on what it is that they're working on. You know, if you got a business and you want to start a business and be an entrepreneur, or you want to start a business and from the ground up, that's going to take some time. It's not going to just blow up overnight. But that doesn't mean that you're not walking within what you said. If you want to start a business and you're taking the steps to work on your business on a consistent basis, then that person is credible when they say that they want to do this thing, because you're seeing the actions they're taking to move toward that goal. Again, if a person says they want to be healthy and they're taking the steps to do so, and you can visibly see them going to the gym, even if you don't visibly see a result right away in their physique, that doesn't matter. They're still taking the steps to be a healthier version of themselves. And if they stay consistent, then the results will start to show at some point. But if somebody's saying that they want to do this and do that and do this and do that, and they never take the steps to do it, then that person, again, is not credible, and they're just talking to fill space and to put on the facade that is what they're doing, but that isn't really what their MO is. And 9 times out of 10, those type of people are the type of people who are going to siphon your energy or be around you and just suck up your energy, because they're not creating any sort of energy for themselves. They're not walking within their purpose, so they don't have no sort of juice at all coming in. So and it'll be those type of people who can't stand on their own. And that's another thing. Anybody who just talks, does a lot of talking, but they don't follow it with action per se. Like if they do just enough to get by in life, those type of people have to click up and group up with other people who are like them, because they can't garner any energy, and this person can't garner any energy by themselves because they're not taking the steps to do so. So therefore they're not blessed by the universe, or things don't happen for them, so they have to click up in order to survive. To where if you're a person who does walk within the things that you say, and you say things and then you take action on the things that you say, you can stand alone with and by yourself, because you're generating your own energy by saying something and then putting the action behind it. Now that doesn't mean that you might not need help here and there, but what am I saying? You're not dependent, you're not codependent, you don't have codependent type tendencies, or you're not codependent on somebody else's energy in order for you to succeed or get ahead in life. You're willingly talking and creating your own movement or motion by your actions. So that's what I'm saying when I say talk is cheap, because again, anybody can say anything. Words matter, so you got to be careful with what you say, because what you say out your mouth, you're casting spells, like I said before, like I've talked about plenty of times. So if you don't follow those words up with action, then you're basically wasting your energy, and the universe will see that, and then you will become not favored, because you don't understand how energy works. But again, if you are walking within purpose, your purpose of whatever you said, and you actually follow it up, if you tell somebody, yo, I'm gonna do A, B, and C, and you follow it up to your best ability, you're gonna reap the benefits of that. If you tell yourself, I'm gonna do A, B, and C, and you follow that up to your best ability, you're gonna reap the rewards from that. So it's very simple. Again, you gotta hold yourself accountable when you say things, and stick to what you say, because every time you talk, it's like you're putting a contract out there between not only you yourself, but you and the universe. Because whatever you say and think, that energy is absorbed by the universe, and then it's given back to you, and that's how it works. So that's why it's important to not just speak aimlessly and for no reason. I know y'all see me on here talking and giving this advice and stuff like that, but in my real life, I don't actually do a lot of talking, because most of the time people just want to have superficial conversations, and there's nothing wrong with that, just having a basic conversation. But I'm saying there's sometimes to where people just want to talk about nonsense that has no relevance on anything and isn't going to get anybody anywhere. You're just wasting energy. So most of the time in my life, when I do speak, I like to talk about things that are positive, and going to, when you walk away from the conversation, whoever I'm talking to, we walk away with feeling good. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about things that don't hold any weight or don't matter. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna walk away from this conversation feeling good and moving within life with a good energy. So but again, that's because I understand how energy works, and I'm using my understanding to my benefit. And that's why, again, I'm all about standing on my word, because that's how you garner respect. And that's how you keep your integrity. And I want to honor the contracts that I put out, not only with myself, not only with other people, but the contracts that I put out between me and the universe. So like I said, very simple. Stick to whatever you say you're gonna do. even if you gotta push through to get it done, try to stick to it at your best ability, and continue to build momentum on your good energy so that it'll keep flowing to you and through you, because you want it to flow. You want it to flow out of you into the universe and then come back around and come back to you, because again, this is how this all works. The infinity symbol, which is at 8 on its side, the number 8 on its side, that's the infinity symbol, and 8 is the number of abundance. That symbol is a perfect representation of how energy works. It goes around and it loops and it comes back around. It goes around and it loops and it comes back around, and it loops and it comes back around, and it loops. So that's how energy works. I literally have this tattoo right here, and I don't know if you can't see it, but underneath this this flame, there's a infinity sign. So that's how it works. It's very simple. Once you understand the concepts and you understand how energy works, it's very simple. Like I always say, it starts with energy first. Whatever you put out into the universe is going to come back to you, and that's true. You create your own reality. Why? Because the energy that you harbor within you is going out into the universe, because whatever you have within you is a projection of, or whatever that you're harboring within you will project out into the world, and then therefore that will be your existence. So that means that you're projecting something onto this canvas that's out here, and you're seeing it play in real time. So it's very simple. So with that knowledge, if you speak something and then you stick to what you speak, then that good energy is going to come back to you. But if you speak something and you don't stick to it, then that means that you're creating a split between what you say and how you actually feel. You know what I'm saying? Because that means that when you spoke and said that, you didn't really mean that in real time. So you're creating a split and a divide between yourself and your energy. And you don't want to do that. You want to be in a harmonious relationship between you and your energy. You don't want it to be, all over the place. You want it to be very focused, and you want it to be congruent with however you are actually feeling on the inside. That's why you have to clear your energy up, and that's why you have to talk and speak positively about yourself and other people. So again, take the time, clean up your energy, start to move in the right ways, start to stick to the things that you say. Don't just say things to people just to say it. If you say it, then mean it and follow it with purpose. And then you're gonna see the results pan out in real time. And I'm a living testament to it, because when I started these videos a few months back, or however many months it's been, I'm not in the shape that I wasn't in the shape then that I am now. But by being consistent and sticking to what I said I was gonna do, I see the results in my life, and it's showing in my outer life as well. I'm stronger, so, and again, I'm more focused. I'm not shaking, so it shows in my real life. When things come up, it's almost like it's not even a big deal. It's like I already know that I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I can persevere over it, and I've always had that mentality. But you can always level up in anything that you're doing. There isn't a cap, or there isn't a ceiling to your growth. You can always continue to grow, and that's the goal. That's the whole point of this whole channel, period, is I'm a person that likes growth, and I like to grow in areas. And since I have some knowledge, I figured, why not put it out in the world, so that other people can take this advice and use it to help themselves grow and become a better version of themselves. So that's what it's about, y'all. Talk is cheap. Don't just be out here just saying stuff just to say it. Say what you mean what you say, and move like it. Follow it with action. But all right, y'all, it's the big homie. I'm a holla.